and thank you, family and friends, for joining me at Maria Loves to Talk. And you know what I'll be talking about, right? No candles, no perfumes. What are we talking about, you guys? Before we talk about what I'm doing, I want to know, what have you been up to? What are you doing? Are you still at work, or have you went to the mall? Father and son charged with 18-year-old woman found deceased in San Jacinto County, deputies say. This is from ABC 13. Young woman, nice looking, attractive woman. Two men are behind bars after a young woman was found deceased in Cold Spring, Texas. I don't know where that is. I've heard of it. Deputies with San Jacinto County Sheriff's Office were dispatched to the 100 block of Ellis Road.
A father and son are behind bars, both charged in relation to the brutal death of an 18-year-old woman in San Jacinto County.
She was found dead inside of a Cold Spring home on Wednesday. ABC 13's Micah Hatfield joins us live with more on how she was found.
It was actually family that found 18-year-old Kayelyn Brandon. They told me they didn't want to say anything that would jeopardize the investigation until it's over, but they did describe the 18-year-old woman as a beautiful person who was always smiling.
She just said that she was back, and that she didn't say for how long she was back, but she said that she just wanted to see how we were doing.
Cassandra Strong had a typical neighborly relationship with 18-year-old Kayelyn Brandon. They were friendly and helped each other where they could. Brandon and her on-again, off-again boyfriend, 28-year-old Thorin Keepers, had been gone from the home in Cold Spring for several weeks, but returned on Tuesday afternoon. Never did Strong think she would be one of the last people that Brandon would ever speak to.
Seeing her on Tuesday, everything seemed perfectly fine, so I wasn't expecting this at all.
The teen was found dead inside the trailer home on Ellis Lane on Wednesday morning.
Her close immediate family went to the residence because that is the last place they knew her to be staying, and they discovered her there.
Her body, according to the San Jacinto County Sheriff Greg Capers, was between the bathroom and primary bedroom, covered in stab wounds. There was blood all over the inside of the trailer home.
It was gruesome.
Keepers is charged with her murder. Their relationship as a whole was said to be unhealthy by people familiar with the situation. Both he and his 50-year-old father, Daniel Keepers, are also charged with tampering with evidence for throwing Brandon's phone into the woods, according to the sheriff.
Thorin was definitely don't talk to me, don't mess with me, and so not a friendly guy at all.
And both of the Keepers' men are still here in custody at the San Jacinto County Jail. The sheriff told me that they've had between 5 and 7 homicides all year in the county.
I don't know what these people got going on. 18, buddy, homie, you need to have your honey at home with mama. 18, you ain't have no business up there, as Granny would say, laying up with some man you're not married to that have not put the ring on your finger, has not put that diamond on your finger. And they look like trouble. These people look like trouble. The sheriff estimated the woman had been dead for several hours before her family found her. That's a crying shame. They just look like losers. This man and his father. Thorin Keepers is charged with murder and tampering with and fabricating physical evidence. His father, Daniel, 50, is also charged with tampering, fabricating. We have a witness who's seen them come out of the residence with Kayelyn's phone and then throw it in a location off of Highway 2025. 18 years old. Do you know how many people would like to be 18 again and start all over? Investigators are still working to determine the motive. Like I said, it's not always a motive, okay? It's not always a motive. These monsters, they just do something to be evil, to be malicious for just the heck of it. If he did not want this girl, if she wasn't making him happy, just tell her to get her stuff and go back home to her mom. There's always something better down the road. Why put up with a dude that's not treating you right? I mean, I would think every woman, and again, I'm just keeping it real. It goes back to home training. Go back to your relationship with mommy and daddy. especially your dad. If you had a strong daddy that told you that you was a princess, that you deserve better, you supposed to be first rate, everything's supposed to be first class, you're not going to settle for these type of losers. They're not going to be able to treat you or talk to you any kind of way. You'll be like, what you said? I lost a vista, baby, bye, I'm out of here. And then of course, dad, grandpa, uncle, train them how to use, as that little man said, the strap, be Annie Oakley. Prayers go out to this young lady, because she did not deserve that. And that those wretched, evil, demonic dogs, they need life. Like I share with you, these parents are defending their no good, dirty, biscuit son of a you-know-what sons, like that Krystal Smart woman. The young lady stayed deceased, missing for 20-some years, and she was buried up under the young man's daddy's house, and the dad knew about it. These family members, if they stop taking up for their devil reject kids, these cases can be solved. Okay, moving on to my next one, you guys. This is similar to the strong keepers case that I just shared. That's why I wanted to do them together. Another sad domestic violence story involving, again, toxic masculinity. So this is from WRDW. Slain woman's sister says suspect son had her fooled. She said somebody had her fooled. Okay, this is from Aiken, South Carolina. It's been a long road for the family of Krystal Anderson, an Aiken County mother who's been missing since August. Now investigators believe she is deceased. Her boyfriend, Tony Berry, was arrested and charged with murder and kidnapping, while his son, Darius, this week was arrested on a charge of accessory to murder after the fact. So they got both of these jokers, the son and the father. So here they're saying, I was completely shocked because, like I said, the day that Tony received the murder charge, he inboxed me and was just telling me that, his prayers was with me, and, he hoped my family gets the closure that they deserve, she said. She said she'd been receiving messages from Darius since Anderson disappeared. Darius shared theories on Anderson's whereabouts, how his father allegedly harmed her, the reason behind the burnt car, and where her body might be. Okay, Darius is the son. I think throughout the process, he started realizing the person that his father really was. He started believing the things that people were saying that his father has done to other victims. But at that point, it was too late. It was too late. Whatever was done was already done. Wow.
In the case of a missing mom from Aiken County, the state moving forward with murder and arson charges against her boyfriend in addition to kidnapping.
Back in August, Krystal Anderson was reported missing from her home in Aiken County. Since then, her boyfriend Tony Berry has been arrested and charged in her disappearance. News 12's Hallie Turner spoke to Krystal's sister as she left the courtroom today.
A judge denied bond for Tony Berry today again. It was an answer to a prayer for Krystal's family, but it was a bittersweet moment because it was the first time they heard the word murder and knew she wouldn't be home for Christmas.
The prosecutor today said that it was no secret that they are pursuing a murder charge. Now, it was a secret to us because I've never heard it, but now it's serious. It's more serious. Whatever information that they have.
It's been 114 days since Krystal Anderson's family last saw her, and today was the first day hope began to fade.
Today, it made me lose the faith that I've been trying to hold on. It broke my spirit really bad, and it was just hard to walk in and hear that. We've been preparing ourselves, but you still want to have that faith. But hearing it today, it made me realize that, we are probably looking at the worst.
The family came face to face with Krystal's accused kidnapper and boyfriend, Tony Berry, today.
He didn't look at us, and I would assume he can't because he knows the truth.
Birthdays, holidays, and soon Christmas will go by with a Krystal-sized hole in their family.
And I just feel like the audacity for him to ask for a bond I just was so furious because I don't feel like he deserves to spend time with his family or anyone for the holidays because we don't have our family member. I don't have my sister to spend the holidays with her.
Shadira has stepped into the role of mother again for the daughter Tony and Krystal share.
Sadly, she asked a question that I didn't even know how to answer, and that's what really kind of broke me down the first day of school. But she asked for a new dad, and I didn't know how to respond to that.
The arson charge is connected to a car deputies found burned in Newberry County related to the case.
Deputies outlined the allegations. Authorities say in the arrest warrant that search warrants and tracking of cell phone data and internet searches led them to these conclusions. Tony Berry purchased numerous items that could be used to aid in the disposal of human remains, including a gas-powered auger, shovel, pre-mixed fuel, plastic coveralls, gloves, trash bags. I mean, this guy looked like he was doing construction work. The defendant was in the area during the time frame along with his son Darius, both of them. Additional evidence has been found showing that the defendant researched how to carry out this crime and leave no evidence of it. Which brings me to, that's why it really gets me sometimes. I wonder, is it good for them to have some of these little crime movies, How to Get Away with Murder, CSI this, CSI Las Vegas, Criminal Minds? Because some of these people look at it and they really think they're going to use that to help them do these things, get away. Darius Berry is suspected of knowingly assisting his father with the destruction of evidence. So he's not as innocent as he made himself to be to the family. According to an arrest warrant released Friday, Darius Berry burned the Cadillac on August the 28th between 2:40 and 4:30 a.m. That's the son. Additionally, evidence has been found showing a coordinated effort between the defendant and his father to conceal and withhold evidence related to the murder. The son of a man facing kidnapping and murder charges related to the case of a missing Wagner woman has been arrested. So Darius Berry, 23, of Blackville, was arrested and charged December the 15th with the disappearance of Krystal Chanel Anderson, 30. So this woman, 30. Darius Berry is the son of 48-year-old Tony Berry of Columbia, who was charged with murder on December the 13th and has been in jail since October on a charge of kidnapping related to Anderson's disappearance. So the father been in jail since October and they just getting the little son. And I hate to say it, but they just look like trouble. They do. They just look like trouble and sneaky and just bad. I was reading, because I love to read the comments, and people was bringing up the father's Tony mom and his sister, that they were allegedly hiding them or protecting them, and that the little boy, her little boy, the woman, the deceased mom, the missing mom, that the child had told them that he had came to the house and kidnapped the mom, but the police, the police dropped the ball. Anderson has been missing for 4 months. She is a mother of 4 and was last seen August the 20th at her home on the 200 block of Severin Road in Wagner. Anderson's family reported her missing August the 23rd after she did not post on social media or answer her calls. Although Anderson remains have not been located, police believe that on or about August the 20th, Tony Berry did with malice take the life of the victim, according to arrest warrant affidavit for Tony Berry. Around August the 20th, witnesses observed Tony Berry in a verbal altercation with Anderson, and he was later seen placing Anderson into the trunk of his vehicle, a 2007 Cadillac. Anderson has not have any contact with the family, friends, or employer since that time. Tony Berry has no bond while Darius has a $20,000 bond. I am tired seeing people who are an accessory to a crime. People who have helped buy trash bags, buy shovels, help bury, help burn cars, or you just sat and watched. You claim you just sat and watched and look. The person howling and screaming for your help. Person howling and screaming, asking you to get them out of to untie or take the handcuffs off, and they're just sitting around looking. No, it's time to start giving them the same sentence or the same bond or no bond as the killer, because you just as guilty. So this poor lady, beautiful, attractive lady, mama 4, and then I think she has one child by Mr. Tony, and then she 30, he 48, and then his son 23. I think he was too old for her. That's just my saying. I know some women like older men. The only way I would sign on the only way I would sign on or say to a younger woman or one of my nieces that I approve, or you have my blessings on a relationship with an older guy, if there's no known criminal records, no history of woman abuse, no history of drug abuse. He's got his stuff together. Man, he's not in the basement at his mama house. He's not sleeping in his car. He hasn't changed like 10 jobs in the last 1 year. That he's been on the same job for like 20 some years in his own home, maybe got some rental property, paying his child support on time if he got kids. Previous wife, girlfriend doesn't have anything bad or negative to say about him. Other than that, and this man, this Barry man, from what I'm reading, he had a history of whipping up, beating, allegedly, of women. So if you know, or why would you want to even be with why would you even want to have a child with someone with that type of track record? I'm just saying, but I see it so much. And as y'all know, I share with you, I've worked at the WIC office, the food stamp office, child support, at several food pantries, and I see this, people tell me the stories, and I was saying these same things, asking those same questions way back then, 10, 15 years ago. Yes, I was. Prayers go out to Miss Krystal and her family and those poor babies, and that these fools, these diabolical creatures from the Black Lagoon, tell them people what y'all did with that woman's body so they can give her a decent Christian burial. Really? I mean, please. Okay, so moving on. Homeless man, this is weird, given access to hotel room before AAP. And we're going to put an R in front of it, in Augusta, the Augusta Press. I saw this and I was like, I had to read it like 3 times, and this is current, January 2023. I was like, what in the world? A homeless man, but y'all don't listen to me. You do not listen to me. Y'all don't listen to the other YouTubers. Y'all don't listen to your family members, because we're all telling you guys, stay off of those dating apps. A homeless man being sought, I don't like how they wrote this, sought for RAP, was given access to the hotel room by a man who met the victim online. So this dude met this chick, they hooked up, you know, did a shag me, whatnot. Philip Ryans, 35, is being sought for Sunday's RAP of the victim at the Scottish Inn on Gordon Highway. Nothing going on good at Scottish Inn. Scottish Inn, Motel 6, all them little hookup places, nothing going on but trouble and crime. Authorities say the victim had met another man online and she rented a room at the hotel. Why am I renting a room for a man at a hotel? I thought the man's supposed to rent the room. She had with the man, who then left to go to the store. Okay. So they did the wild thing, and then he goes Sorry, y'all. Then he goes to the store. Okay. That man allegedly knew Ryan's and saw him and offered the suspect the room key. What? Did y'all hear me? The man that the woman was with, that she paid for the hotel or the motel, that they met online after, you know, the little escapade. The dude goes to the store and he happened to run into his home. He said, hey, here's the key to the hotel room. Go see that chick I was just with. Okay, so here it goes on. The man allegedly telling him the woman was in the room and she might want to have with you. What? But according to authorities, Ryan's entered the room and the victim declined his advances, pushing him away. So the suspect allegedly threw her on the bed, struggled with her, and then blank, S-O-D, and y'all can fill in the rest. And then he R-A-P her. This was a really old nasty, old perverted, funky thing. Ryan's then fled. He is wanted for R-A-P as well as aggravated sexual battery, aggravated S-O-D, false imprisonment, and burglary. No charges have been filed against the other man who gave him the hotel room key. Yeah, that guy should be charged. He gave that man the hotel key. Making me think about that country western song. You know that little country where I can't think of that guy, Old Town Dominion something, the hotel room or something. Rhines is convicted felon with multiple convictions for dealing drugs. He was arrested in September for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and later released on bond. She lucky he didn't shoot her. Rhines is known to frequent the Deans Bridge Road and Garden Highway areas. You guys, you gals, stop. Don't be getting hotel rooms and she should have just let him leave and kept the hotel key. And he had to knock to get in. I mean, she really gave these dudes a whole lot of access. Yes, I'm going there. She gave them a lot of access to her life, her body, her money, her welfare, her well-being. Prayers go out to her as well. Hopefully she stopped meeting dudes on the internet or whatever. So hey, you guys, we're at the end of my videos. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Leaving me those comments. Let me know what stories stand out. Have you been in any of these situations? What was your speculations, your thoughts? So again, stay healthy, happy, and blessed.